Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Finally, senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and to all of our non binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid. Thumbs up for that. I look so tired. I had therapy today. My therapist said, "You look tired." Thing is, I'm sleeping, and I'm looking more tired. The thing is, if I walk to the local pot shop, buy myself a 2 ounce shot, and down it on the way back here so that when I fall asleep, it's in effect, I fall asleep easily. I stay asleep for much longer than normal, and I sleep longer. And even on those times that I don't sleep longer, say I wake up at 5 o'clock, I'm able to stay in bed until it's about 7:30. So I'm getting more rest. And I'm coming out of it looking exhausted. Whereas if I don't down a shot of THC, not alcohol, I find it, even with melatonin, I find it hard to fall asleep. I find it difficult to stay asleep. I wake up early and I can't go back to sleep again. So I get maybe 3 hours of sleep. And I come out of it looking not so tired. So, which is worse? Which is better? I mean, I don't even. I wouldn't even be falling asleep as well as I do without taking a shot, without the melatonin. And I take 24 milligrams of melatonin. The ones that I buy, they're very disruptive. Not disruptive, but deceptive. If you take a look on there, they'll say, oh, on the package, in the stores, they'll say like, it's 10 milligrams per serving. But each serving is only 5 milligrams. Each serving, each gummy. So you have to take 2 gummies to get the 10 milligrams. Well, is it really 10 milligrams being advertised? Because it's still the 5 milligram gummy. You're having to take 2 of them to reach 10. For me to take 24 milligrams, I have to take 4 gummies. Because on the bottle it's advertised as 12 milligrams. And when you take the 2 6 milligram gummies, yeah, it's 12. So I have to take 24, or it takes forever to fall asleep. And it is hard to stay that way. And I will wake up, if I am lucky, I will wake up 4 hours after I fall asleep. Ugh. So I don't know what to do. I don't want to take a prescription sleeping tablet. And like I say, aside from looking like I'm exhausted, I actually feel good. My eyes feel tired. But the rest of me is ready to go. The only reason I haven't gone today is because I had therapy from 9 until 10. And then I've been relaxing until now. Normally I decompress until sometime in the afternoon. But I immediately after having therapy, I hopped into the shower, and then after that, I watched videos for a while. I ate some food, and then now I'm doing this, and it is only 12:15. So I'm active and doing stuff. One of the things I did talk about, I don't know where I put it, unfortunately. It's probably directly behind me. But I talked with my therapist about my love of dead trees but I was showing him the printed out Kern Nathalis as an example, because it is just so much easier to slap it on a table and have it right there. And especially when it's a game like NoteQuest, where it's a 2-page spread, that's so much easier. You don't have to scroll and try and remember for the cross-reference and go, okay, that's the 6th line down, scroll up, 6 lines down. No, it's on dead tree. You just go, okay, zoop, run your finger across, there it is. So, yeah. Anyway on that. The other thing I did was talk to him about how I am feeling better, because I told him about the whole Eshliel poem thing I've been doing. And I made some further alterations on it, so soon it will be finished, and there's probably even a full story out of this one. But it's Eshliel, of dry sticks and old bones, thin dry stretched skin, rows of sharp cracked teeth. Eshliel listens to you and cares, and accepting a given. Just a tiny bit of blood, no more than a pint or two, you'll hardly even miss it, asked in return. 'Cause yes, Eshliel gives the very, very best hugs. And you find Eshliel in places like that dirty, grungy, nasty old concrete building front wedged into the side of a hill with a broken door leading into the pitch black interior with the words "Free Hugs" spray painted on the outside with an arrow pointing to the door. Well, when it's Eshliel, yeah, they're free hugs. Well, he does, no, not he, they have to survive, so they do ask for that blood. Again, only a pint or two. You'll hardly even miss it. Yeah, 1 pint will leave you dizzy. So 2 pints is probably a bit of an ask. But still, Eshliel, existential horror, after all, made of dry sticks, old bones, dry skin, and rows of cracked gray teeth. An existential horror, but a friendly one. Definitely a thumbs up on that. But past that, the only other thing I have on my list of stuff to talk about is while being taken so I could pick up my orthotic devices, was talking with the person who drove me there, and I mentioned that a film that he should watch is the film The 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T. And I watched a video about it because it actually gave me some background on what happened about this. This was a film from 1958, and I watched it as a kid. I loved it. I still love it. It was a critical and commercial failure. It flopped so hard, it drove Dr. Seuss out of the movie industry. He hated the movie industry because of all this. I love that movie. If you can, you should look for The 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T. It's kind of it happens in a dream story, but then it's got some weird tie-ins at the end that show, oh look, I cut my finger in the dream and I've got a band-aid on my finger now. That sort of thing. But thoroughly horrific stuff. I mean, one thing they have on YouTube, because it was seen as way, way too dark of a movie. Just way too dark. At one point, the bad guy, who is just trying to get like 500 kids for 5,000 fingers, 10 fingers each, all playing on this one gigantic piano at the same time. and so is kind of a music teacher turned evil villain, trying to marry the main protagonist kid's mom. But at one point, they're taking the child and this other person off, and he's talking about how, like, a musical critic had criticized him, and because of that, he was being tortured. And because of that, yeah, this critic was living inside of basically a gigantic bass drum that was being pounded. And when it said that and it stopped for a minute, it was just like this guy on the other side of a drum face that's going, "Oh my God, no, please, please, please." But no, boom, boom. Just dark, horrific, but good. You should watch it, and you really should. Now, one of the other reasons I wanted to bring this up is, remember I said it was a commercial and critical failure. I was a young guy in the 1980s. I graduated from high school in 1982. I used to party a lot. One of the groups that I still really like is the group The Stranglers. In one knockoff song they had off, I think it was their album Radus Norvegicus, they had a song called The Men in Black. And it was just this really goofy song about how, oh, the men in black, the aliens, they raise us to eat because porky meat is delicious. And, they're the men in black, all the conspiracies, etc., etc. Later on, they did an entire concept album called The Gospel, something like this, paraphrased. It's been a while. The Gospel According to the Men in Black. I love that album. It was a commercial and critical failure. Once is just a happening. Twice is a coincidence. Now, I can't point to the next thing. I can only tell you that this continues as a general trend. It is a pattern. If I like something, it is generally going to be seen as a critical and commercial failure. And the stuff that is seen as a critical and commercial failure is stuff that I really like. Oh, here, number 3. There was late 80s, early 90s, a television series, I think it was on ABC in the United States, called Cop Rock, where there was singing. They would break into musical numbers. I loved it. And it was a critical and commercial failure. Again, once is just a thing. Twice is a coincidence, but 3 times is a pattern. Ooh, itchy. Hopefully nothing awful was on my lip and I just haven't noticed it. Gonna see anything over there? No, it's on this side. But, again, can you see a pattern? It's things that are a commercial and critical failure, generally I really like. From everything I've heard, the Joker 2 movie, which is a commercial and critical failure, I really like just the idea of everything I've heard about it. I don't mean to be contrary. I don't do this on purpose. It's just something that occurs. Yeah. Now, I was going to start this video a little bit earlier than I did today. But I was watching a Maxor video. Actually, I was watching a reaction to a Maxor video. And I'm glad I was, because there was a knock on my door. It was a good thing, but it was an interruption that would have been right in the middle of my recording had I not been watching a video. So thumbs up on that. Itchy. Gosh. I get occasional areas and times where there'll be an itch, whether it's here or, anywhere on my body, where if I don't scratch it and just scratch hard and scratch for a long time until it is just about ready to really hurt, if I don't do that, then I will scratch it and then it'll come back a little bit worse. So I'll scratch it and then it'll come back a little bit worse until I scratch it until it hurts. Then it doesn't come back. But until that point, it's either keep scratching it every few seconds or scratch it until it hurts. It's hell getting older. But as I was thinking about last night, sure, life is rough. Life is hard. Life is difficult. As much as modern civilization may try to tell us otherwise, life is hard and difficult. But as hard and difficult as it is, I'm still here. Life is hard and difficult enough. My wife died at age 41. And I got to watch her die for 10 years. From age 31 to 41, when she had her heart surgery. It was an immediate decline. And oh my God. Now, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it was hard for her. Oh, I don't think I could have lasted 10 years. But she did. When she finally decided it was time to go and went on to hospice, though, it was less than a month later and she was gone. So she was ready. I don't blame her. Yay! 17 minutes and change. Hey, call to action time. Thumbs up for that. If you could like, comment, share, subscribe, that would be very, very cool. Making sure, of course, to share the video only with people that you think would like watching an old man yammer on in an inane fashion about largely incomprehensible subjects. Usually incomprehensible only because of the inane fashion in which they are delivered. Thumbs up for that. Yay! And of course, if you're a Patreon patron, thumbs up. Thank you so very, very much. It is appreciated. Your help is, well, again, appreciated for lack of a better word. Thumbs up, thank you. When you look in the mirror, you're looking at someone who is beautiful and awesome. For everybody that leaves me a comment, you two are beautiful and awesome in your own way. I read every comment that YouTube shows me. I thumbs up and heart, trying to remember what comes next. I thumbs up and heart every comment that I am allowed to do so, and I answer as many as my nerve compression will let me. So thumbs up for that. And of course, I can answer comments anywhere up to 3-4 days later. So if you're looking for an answer, hey, just keep checking back. And talking about that, I do use my community tab a lot, though I don't think I have yet today. So I should do something about that. But I talk about a lot of stuff as well as just goofing? Primarily showing goofy pictures from video games, so thumbs up. So anyway, though, I'm going to edit, render, upload. I still have to go for walkies, buy food and such like that, so yay. That's a good thing. Hopefully you can get done the things that you would like to get done. That would be very good. But of course, if you cannot, please do not beat yourself up. It will not help you get it done better next time, nor do you deserve that. You do deserve better. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very good thing. I finished with the One Pools liminal game, so I'm looking for more liminal horror stuff. If anybody has any suggestions, or just regular horror, I want to get into horror. So I still got more No Man's Sky, and I do want to show off like my grocery store, simulator store, stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, though, I got to reach over. I got to hit the button over there. So you take care, and I'll talk to y'all later. And of course, I got to reach over and then click on something else, and then I can bring the button up. And I didn't have to talk about it, but I have.